Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Ivan, the CEO, and I'm back. I haven't dropped a video over credit game in a while, but today we're going over how to rebuild bad credit in 2025 the right way, not the light way. So in today's video, I'm pretty much gonna put you guys on game A to Z, the best way to pretty much rebuild your bad credit, whether you don't have a score, like a good score because you don't have enough credit history, or if you're right there on the timeline where those negatives are about to fall off, you're not even trying to go through the repair process, that's cool. I'm still gonna put you on game so that you can come out with a better score and rebuild your bad credit to just have a better profile overall. So let's get straight into it. If you guys have been following me for a while, just in watching my other credit videos, I stay talking about these three main companies here, but they really are sleepers, right? And that's why I actually recommend them a lot. Red Reporters, Self Credit, Credit Strong, all three of those companies report to all three credit bureaus on your behalf as an installment loan, and you can date back. At least with Red Reporters, you can date back years. So if you're lacking age in your credit report and you just want to have a thicker profile, right? You want to go ahead and date back. Let's say you've been at an apartment for over 5 years, 2 years, and you want to get that reported, you can date back to the moment you moved in, pay to get all of that added onto your credit report, on-time payments, and it would really help you not only at age, but actually build a strong credit profile in the long term, right? Even if you have good credit score, bad credit score, it doesn't hurt to keep adding more accounts, which is to the contrary, because a lot of people say stay away from having too many credit cards, don't have too many loans. You always want to have a strong credit profile, because I've seen a lot of instances where you'll have a 700 with just one credit card and you'll get denied. Believe it or not, you will get denied. Hold on, phone jumping. Whoa. You will get denied though when it comes to any of that, and it is just on how you structure and how good of a profile you have, right? On the installment side, on the revolving credit, if you don't know, the installments are going to be your loans. The revolving credit is going to be credit cards, right? How much you pretty much can get trusted with managing, how much you spend, things like that. But if you're struggling with just, you have bad credit and you're trying to just rebuild it, right? You don't even, like, you have a 600 just because all you got is 1, 2 credit cards, nothing negative. You just don't have that good of a structured profile. Go ahead and just add a Red Reporters, Self Credit, Credit Strong. All of those are going to be subscriptions. You guys already paid for Netflix. You guys already paid for all of these subscriptions. You might as well invest some of your money into building a stronger credit profile, because, I mean, nowadays credit is really important and we all need it. You know, it goes a lot further than just getting into a house and a car. A lot of the times you guys are out here looking for apartments and you're getting denied just because your credit isn't as good. And I have a lot of instances where I have clients come to me and they don't even want to restore their credit. They're just getting denied because they can't get into a house because their credit score isn't high enough. Nowadays, from what I've been seeing, I have clients that will tell me like, oh, I need a 680 and I'm at a 640, 660. What can I do? Like, how can I boost my credit? And I recommend a lot of these accounts like the Red Reporter, Self, Credit Strong. All of those three companies really do help in the long run. But not only do I recommend that, I recommend trade lines. Trade lines aren't temporary. That's the only thing. So let's say you do want to get into an apartment, you can go ahead and get a trade line and it'll help you, give you that temporary boost to either go into get that card, that credit card, or get into that apartment, whatever it is you're trying to get done, right? And it'll give you about 30 days to go ahead and handle what you got to handle with that credit score, right? With that credit increase, it could go anywhere from 40 to 80 points, maybe even 100 points, right? Depending on how good that trade line is. But the problem with trade lines is they are expensive. It's very hard to find a really good trade line for the cheap. Like, you won't get a good trade line for $200-$300. Like, you're gonna have to put at least 500, 600, 700, and that really do be the issue, because a lot of the time you don't really want to have to be out of pocket that much money for something that's temporary, you know? So this is another thing that I recommend. If you have a close friend, a family member that you know has a really good credit score, tell them to add you as an authorized user to their credit card. Maybe you have an older brother, older sister who has took care of their credit. They have a credit card that has been good standing, age looking around anywhere from 3, 6, 8, 10 plus years. That's pretty much what a trade line is. You just get added as an authorized user. So that can help you, and it can help you permanently as long as they keep you on there, right? And these people that sell trade lines, I mean, they trying to make money with these credit cards that they already have. So they add and remove people every month. So that's the only thing when it comes to these trade lines. But if you have the advantage of a family member having a really good credit score, a good history, right? When it comes to any credit card, you can go ahead and get added as an authorized user to any credit card, and it will help you a lot to add age. Even the credit limits will help you, even though it's not a primary, because there's a difference between primary accounts and authorized user accounts. It still helps, right? A lot of the times, these companies are already caught up to all the authorized user plays, because back in the day, we used to be able to get you added as an authorized user, but it wouldn't come out as a primary, but they would see it as if it was a primary. But now that they've seen a lot of that more happening, now they'll actually deny you just because all you have on your report is an authorized user, So you actually got to have primary accounts to actually have a good credit score now and to do what you want to do. So even with the business funding, if you just don't have a primary account with 5,000 minimum as your limit to spend, you won't get accepted for not even 10,000 on the business side. So realistically, you want to go ahead and build your own primary accounts, but you can still leverage these accounts to rebuild your bad credit. And so you can go ahead and get your own primaries if you can't get accepted. So that's why I like trade lines, getting added as authorized user. It's a really good way of boosting yourself back up there when you're just not where you want to be in your credit journey. Now, when it does come to the bad credit, you guys need to stay away from these two companies. I will always mention this. Stay away from Credit One. Stay away from Premier. Both of those companies look very bad on your credit. Why? Let's say you have a bad credit score right now and they're willing to give you $1,000, $2,500. It's not always the best option to accept those cards. Why? Because let's say in the future, once you do get your credit back up, you want to go ahead and get an American Express, you want to go ahead and get the Chase card, you will get denied because they will see, oh, they've had a history of bad credit. How do they know that? Credit One and Premier credit cards, both of those companies target people with bad credit. So ignore all of those offers. Don't even think about getting a Credit One or a Premier credit card. Even on top of all of that, their interest rates are way too high. They have fees for everything. On your purchase, you got a fee. On paying your payment on time, you got a fee. There's all types of fees, and it's ridiculous. I myself, I'm a bash on Credit One and Premier because they're the worst companies you could ever have a credit card with. Their customer support is horrible. Applications are horrible. Like, it is bad. It's bad. I'll always tell you guys to go to Credit Strong before you accept any Credit One or Premier credit card. I'll go ahead and invest my own money into secured credit card. That's going to be the best way to do it. Don't accept a Credit One or a Premier credit card. Put up your own money into a secured credit card with your local credit union or Navy Federal as a credit union. What's another good credit union? I like one in San Antonio. What's it called? Credit union that I like out in San Antonio is RBFCU. It's not just in San Antonio, but RBFCU is a really good credit union. They have good funding products, right? And I call them funding products because I really like to, a lot of the things that I talk about and I preach to like mentees, clients, or just anyone that wants to talk about any free game and stuff like that, I'll tell them, like, if you see these credit cards as funding, right, and you leverage them to pretty much make money with that money that they're giving you because of a credit score, it's really just funding that you have in your back pocket, right? So you can have money as much as you want and invest your own money, but you could also use the bank's money and just leverage that instead of having to be out of pocket. And you can generate income from money off a credit card, pay that back, and whatever you got left over, that's all you. So you're making money, pretty much you're printing it out of a score. And it's really just on the type of mentality that you might have when it comes to it. But I love to preach about using these funding products to pretty much get to some money, you know, print it out of thin air with just off a score. So getting a credit card, a secure credit card with a credit union, even a tier one bank, which your tier one banks are going to be your Chase, your Wells Fargo's, all of those big banks. Those are going to be the best options for you to take over Credit One Premier credit card, and really that's how you can go ahead and start rebuilding your bad credit. Because not only are you going to have the self and the credit strong as your installment history, you're going to go ahead and have a Chase secured credit card with the Navy Federal secured credit card too. And those are going to be your revolving credit accounts. And if you don't know how a secured credit card works, you pretty much put your own money. After 3 to 6 months, they give that money back to you. Once you have the on-time payments, everything's looking good, you take care of it. They give you your score. They make the card unsecured. They either double or triple your investment, and they make that your limit. So, for instance, if you put up $1,000 into a secured credit card, they'll go ahead and make it $2,000-$3,000 once it becomes unsecured. If you did really good with how you manage your money and the on-time payments, they'll probably even give you more, whatever they feel like they trust you with. And just building these relationships with these banks is really what's gonna pretty much just building these relationships with these banks is what's going to let you know how much they entrust you with how much money, right? So building the relationship with really good banks like Navy Federal, Chase is the way to go to really establishing a good credit, because the amount of funding products that they have, guys, do not sleep on them. Navy Federal and Chase got so many funding products that a lot of people like to use and leverage. And that's why I talk a lot about Chase. I know that there might not be a branch near you. I mean, where I'm at currently, there's no branch near me for any of those. So I don't even bank with anything close to me in my city. And that's just because I'm choosing the good funding products, right? The right relationships to establish so that I can truly leverage my credit the craziest way to obtain these funding products that can really take me and my score to the next level. And the only reason I talk about it like that, because a lot of you guys might be hearing this and be like, well, what are you talking about? Like, it's just a credit card. You guys can travel for free with your credit by just spending money that you're already spending. So you might as well get rewarded. So that's why I say some of these funding products that you guys might be getting are a lot of the times cashback credit cards. They're nice. They're really good starters, but that's not the best funding product for you, and a lot of times that's all that most banks offer. So if you really look into it, choose point rewarding credit cards. I know this has nothing to do with the rebuilding bad credit anymore, the right way, not the light way, but go ahead and start looking more into point reward credit cards, because those are the ones that are going to give you the points so you can get free nights at hotels, free flights. Trust me, guys, don't sleep on the point credit cards. I mean, the cashback ones are nice. I have cashbacks as well. I use those rewards too, you know, so you just got to know when and how to leverage these cards. But that's going to be for a whole nother video. But in terms of rebuilding the bad credit the right way, not the light way in 2025, it's definitely going to come into just adding the installments and the revolving credit onto your report, you know. So don't sleep on the rent reporters. Report your rent, self-credit, credit strong. Stay away from Credit One, Premier credit cards. They're trash. They will affect you in the long run. A lot of the times, a lot of people that do accept these cards, once they have a better credit score, they cancel those accounts because they really do hold you back, believe it or not. It's insane how bad those credit cards really are. And I don't even know how those companies are still in business, but I know it's just from the lack of knowledge from people just having bad credit and just trying to get back up there. But those credit cards really take a toll on your credit score and your credit profile. So I would definitely recommend for you guys to stay away from it. But we'll go ahead and wrap this video up. This is how to rebuild bad credit the right way, not the light way in 2025. So it's your boy Ivan, the CEO. I'll catch you guys on the next credit video, on the next vlog. We'll see what comes up. I got 2 more videos on the way right now. I got something that I did for my birthday because I just turned 23 back in May 23rd. And I got the the Virgin Islands vlog, which that's gonna be probably my longest vlog. It's almost 2 hours worth of footage. I gotta trim it down and upload that. I've been stalling on that for you guys, but we're here, we working, and I'll see you guys on the next video.